I am so happy that there's at least a little bit of a happy ending for her. You know, obviously what she went through is ridiculous, but I'm glad that it does seem like she's happy now, which is huge. But it's still absolute crap that those people have not had to deal with any repercussions. And the people who had her first, I feel that they did inappropriate things with her, and that's why she may or may not have been seen also being inappropriate with other people. It tends to, you know, become a cycle. So she learned it from somewhere. Oh, having to wait for who knows how long. I mean, I figured Michael was lying because first of all, he had his one interview and then his second interview, and just he likes to change his tune a lot, offer up more depending on what suits him and makes him look in a better light. Like, I didn't know what was going on. How can you return someone you adopt? Like, most of the time because I bounced around from so many different families. Gross.
Diane Chacon had gone to the little people.
Like I'm some toy.
She absolutely did get sold. Like,
it took 138 iterations
you can't
to refine the Tiguan chassis, but it also took 189 pizzas.
Making you uncomfortable?
The whole re-aging thing,
when you've got type 2 diabetes like me,
and the lawyer that did it, and the age that he chose, and why he chose it, like, you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that Christine did not know exactly what she was doing. That lady is pure evil. I want to see her. Where's she at? I want to hear her explain her side of the story. I really do.
Christine still told people that Natalia was an adult.
I cannot believe. I mean, I can believe it. I can absolutely believe that Christine went doctor shopping until she found someone that finally would agree with her on re-aging her. But, like, that's crazy that they were doing that since basically they first got her. Like, so that was their plan the whole time? What was the purpose of even adopting her? So strange.
Lying their butts off.
Oh, yeah. I can't. Like, they re-aged this lady. Like, they re-aged this girl. This little girl. And she's had to deal with the repercussions of being re-aged. That's crazy. I feel so bad for her.
That was pointing to the truth, just so they could create this. Once did I see any love?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Why? Why is the question. At the end of episode 1, why is the question? So I guess we're going to spend the next 5 episodes figuring out why. And I hope we have some answers. See, I understand why Michael's attorney doesn't think Natalia should be confrontational, but, like, I don't see why she wouldn't be. I'm sure she's pretty mad. I do not understand why Michael is smiling. I do not understand why he's like he should be feeling really, like, guilty, I think. In my humble opinion. And I am wondering why too, because again, it seemed like they were trying to unadopt her as soon as they did adopt her. So I don't see why. I don't know. Even if you, it's just strange. Dude, Christine ruined her own child. Like, clearly, she gave that poor kid so many issues. I can't believe she had the audacity to write a book in any sense of the way. I hope she's not giving advice to people. I'm sure she is. They are dragging her through the mud, which she rightfully deserves to be. I cannot believe she had the audacity to start something to help abused, disabled children when it's like, lady, it's like, that's you. That's you. That's you. Okay, or not. I guess the confrontation lasted like 2 questions, and then it blew up because somebody else was fighting in the back, and then of course Michael just can't handle his emotions properly and leaves. I think he owed her more than that. See, Natalia's already super upset. I bet you this is just re-traumatizing her, because I promise you that behavior is something that she had to deal with before.
was the family.
Is Michael
doctor,
saying that he
McLaren,
believed that,
and
like, at his
social
deposition
worker,
in
therapist,
2023,
Susan Whitten.
when he's wearing that blue
And
outfit,
they were the basis
after he already did
for
interviews in 2022
the
where he said he
application to
doesn't believe
re-age
that?
Natalia. Susan Whitten is a
Yeah, the doctor was a family friend, and there's no way, that should have been allowed. Like, it's insane that was so easy to do. Crazy. They sent her to a halfway house. I do not remember hearing that in the first documentary. I know that they put her to go live by herself, but like, halfway house?
Christine says to me,
That's crazy. The video that Christine took of her taking her own trash can, first of all, looks like a tiny ass child, and also it looks like she's struggling. It does not look like she's having an easy time with that. So like, I don't understand how that helped their case. I think it totally backfires, but this entire case is just, ridiculous. Ridiculous. This old lady
trying to get herself to look good when Natalia done a lot of bad things.
Again, it just sounds like a little kid who's wandering around. Like, I had kids at apartment complexes that used to wander around and go hang out at people's houses.
I didn't know Stranger Danger.
So she was sexually abused.
Can we watch something else? And he's like, just watch it. It's okay. I
And
sit on the couch. And
no,
he moved to the other end of the couch.
because she's been left alone. I mean, at least one lady's kind of giving her answers, but I mean,
Not this time. You'll be truthful and answer them.
so Michael's gonna try and talk to them again.
as much as I want to forget it.
Also, a lot of the footage that they are showing was clearly done at the same time as the original one. And why did it take them so long to put it out? I know it's been out since January. I get that. But I would have watched it if they came out with it a little bit faster. I would have watched it way sooner. I feel like we're covering a lot of the stuff that we covered in the first series.
This was intentional.
So I'm still waiting to kind of figure out what's new or where the answers are that I was hoping to get. Because I don't really think that we've gotten really any answers. Just more questions. Just more questions. And there was a gunshot where they put this girl, which they covered in the first part, that it was not a safe neighborhood. And that's why the Cynthia Mans took her to begin with. She was like, what are you doing here? What? I'm really bummed about what I saw, and I am not looking forward to hearing the phone call at the end. Yeah, that was another gunshot. That is it's ridiculous.
Like, it's different with Anna because she only gave birth to me.
This is really making it seem like the Mans have just been so wonderful and taking care of her so much. And I'm kind of sad she doesn't want a relationship with her biological mom. But I also understand that. But her mom did think that she was giving her a better life. So that's just a difficult situation overall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever happened when she was drugged wasn't good.
If Natalia had been traumatized,
Still being connected.
It's kind of like This Is My Third Adoption sounds a lot like This Is My Third Marriage. Like, at this point,
And it's like,
I would stop getting my hopes up about people.
to be my identity.
She just trusts people too much, I feel. I mean, they have been in her life for so long, but just nervous. Christine recording is just like Ruby Frankie. Like, you can actually see her soiled pants and stuff. Like, it's exactly the same. It's so crazy to me that people record themselves doing stuff like this to children. I'm a little confused about why Michael's lawyer is saying Natalia is bad when in the first documentary, Michael, I don't know, he kind of had her back, and I don't know. I guess it's because of the court case. Okay, so why is Michael wearing a backwards hat? Y'all? Michael. Michael's over here having a whole midlife crisis right in front of us. I think he needs to Again, take more accountability. Say, sorry, I stood by and watched it. Before he gets into his own victimhood,
I don't like the word. I don't like hearing the word.
Because she's
her name's evil.
obviously, has been very manipulative to lots of people, but he needs to acknowledge her pain and his part in that before they can truly move forward and before she can listen to what he's trying to say. You know that she beat her at least 3 times that you were witness to would be a good start. You know about the stair incident that you said not to tell anybody about at the end of the last documentary. You know about the urinating on her items.
Being very careful.
All of these could be said.
He's worried about a court of law,
But he's
civil or criminal, or just the
still not
court of public opinion.
still not acknowledging anything. Yeah, attorney said don't say anything because he can't admit to anything. But it's just watch the documentary. Michael again with the crying and the pity party. Like,
I have an okay future,
and mind you, I cry.
We do it all at the same time.
I'm a crier, and
She can't scream and
not
not
crying.
react.
Not he doesn't make me want to cry. And
He's continuing
when I
to deflect. You gotta wonder.
I will
because
cry.
His lawyers
So,
were always present at all the interviews.
Also, was the perpetrator.
exactly, you stood by. You have to take accountability. You can be a victim and a perpetrator, as they discussed in
He could have fought her.
the really good documentary, The Program, which if you have not seen that, oh my God. You want to talk about
What was the
crying.
conversation
I
about dropping me off in the
bawling
apartment?
my eyes out during that. Oh my God.
Conversation.
What do you mean you're not getting into that subject? Whose idea was it to re-age her?
Cover these parameters.
Was it you?
Not a good idea.
And then again, storming out, leaving her abandoned again, the child who has severe abandonment issues. Yes, Michael, walk on out because you're the only person that matters. Why won't he answer whose idea it was to re-age her? If the answer isn't simply Christine and he's getting pissed off about it, I think that answers all we need to know. What? Why is re-aging off the table? I think that's one of the biggest questions. It's one of the biggest issues. That should not be off the table.
Unfortunately,
How is that
the
even-
real answer for that lies in Evil's head.
I
The one thing we
can see
always
where he's
count
coming from about the adoption
evil
thing,
sure
allegedly,
doesn't
because
love
as you know, there's a
person's
lot of YouTubers who
and some
actually
cameras,
tried to adopt
and some
kids
eyes
just
on her,
because
and people
it's
worshiping her.
good
She
content
knew
and people will watch
how
it, which is
a
really
41
sick.
page piece of paper
But
was,
there's
explaining
been
to
numerous
me
people who have
why
been
she qualifies for
caught
sainthood
doing
based
stuff
on the
like
two
that. So
miracles she's performed.
and it was really kind of prevalent around this time too. So
when you're dealing with that level.
and now they're showing the court trial, which is contradicting what he's saying. You know, pick and choose. It's really whatever comes out of his mouth is whatever fits the situation the best and who's in front of him. Makes it really hard to trust anybody.
My teacher. She is how smart she is.
Cynthia
how happy she is,
saying
how
wonderful things
thankful
about
she is,
Natalia.
how
Again,
much
she's
she loves God.
said this for years. She said wonderful things about her for years, since the very first time she's met her. She's had nothing bad to say.
Violent in a temper.
So now they're back to saying Natalia did do
Man
bad
was took her to
things.
the hospital, St. Franciscan, in the house she had been violent.
Wait,
And
now there's
they
reports
wanted to leave her there,
of
and
bad
she
things
wasn't welcome
happening
back in their home.
with the mans?
And there was also additional parts of that report where Natalia
When was
wanted
that?
to take a taxi to go back to the mans, and allegedly when the hospital reaches out to the mans, they're told
That's
she
in
can't come back, she's not
2013.
welcome,
That's
we
like
don't want her calling us anymore. These reports were written by medical staff, psychologists,
I am so
psychiatrists,
confused right now.
MDs, counselors,
I am so confused right now.
nurses.
was an adult, so they would not let me in with her.
Okay, here comes
I feel
Cynthia's
like Christine
story.
definitely must have called the hospital and told them that this is what happened
Oh,
and all these things, because
so
those are not
Cynthia
my words.
didn't?
I don't know who drew that up, who wrote that.
Okay, that makes more
but that
sense,
was not
because
what's
that's
said.
really confusing, because that doesn't make sense. That's insane.
Go wherever you want.
The fact that
Do
she,
you remember the first
it's
time
somebody else.
Yeah, sure do.
The fact that she thinks
you
Christine did
remember
that, which obviously she
meeting the
could
family
come up
I
with
was
something like that,
before?
that's crazy.
Never met 'em.
Oh,
Here
I
it comes
don't
with the
know what
lies.
That's about then.
I didn't know their names until like a month later.
Then how? That's a lie. It's not closed. Somebody else said that it wasn't closed, and I don't believe Michael as far as you can throw him. They have email communication though, so why isn't he talking about the email communication? Or I guess it could have just been between Christine.
What lends a
But
little credence
again,
to Natalia's
don't really
version
trust
is
Michael
that
because
she
he's had 3
remembers
different stories.
running into them or
Every
seeing
single
them at
documentary,
Disney
he
World
says
while they
something
were in
different.
Florida.
It is so awful
I didn't
that
learn
that
until
lady
2
had her
years ago when Jacob
sons
came back.
abusing her also. Like,
And I
that's,
just started to learn.
again,
these things.
everyone is going to have major
He and I
trauma
have been
from that.
Trying to figure out how to mentally come
Gross.
to terms with
Looking forward to like being subpoenaed.
Yeah, again, with the end of the last documentary.
Some people took issue with the
Admitting.
airing of this off-camera conversation that Michael and Jacob were having, seemingly private,
And-
and they realized it's a hot mic. But it was very revealing. And it's
Yeah.
important to get to the truth.
And no danger whatsoever.
It shows Michael was aware of the statute of
It does.
limitations, and this
Show
corroborates Natalia
awareness.
when she says
Michael
And
always makes
pretty
it
much
about
blaming
himself.
everything on Christine.
And
I'm
he
gonna hear
always
Michael
blames
out.
everything on Christine.
I want Michael to know how I feel about this. I want
Unfortunately, while I'm looking
He is
at
not
it,
even understanding
She showed up
and
right
like
behind me.
recognizing the pain that this
and if I
story
ever wanna
he's
see my
telling
kids
is
again,
causing her. He's
I have
just,
to reset my phone right now and
he's
fire her and delete it.
performing this
Michael
memory
was making up excuses.
without
That
even
really hurts.
acknowledging
And instead of being
the pain.
a dad,
literally clutching my pearls that she had her dress up like a gnome. Yeah, of course, Christine Barnett did not respond.
I think Natalia had
I think in regards to the whole sexual promiscuity thing, I swear to goodness, there had to be sexual abuse or some type of something in her life
propositioning men
from all of these different places that she was shipped to, or
for
people that had her,
sexual activity.
places that she was.
And it's
You know,
disturbing
I-
them, and she can't be here. Those are the exact.
So that's where I think it stems from. It doesn't excuse it if it was true and if things did happen, but it just might explain where it would come from. Michael over here acting like Christine taught her stranger danger. Like, dude, you know she wasn't taking care of her. You know she didn't care about her. Like,
Christine came in.
the
and she
feigning
just sat me down on the
ignorance
floor
thing
in the kitchen
is
and she
killing
cut my
me.
hair.
And then right at the end, Michael has to turn into, like, they pressed charges on the wrong person. Why? Michael, it's not about you
know
right
she did
now,
But she
okay?
was trying to keep
All right, finally, episode 6. We are finally getting,
Welcome to.
we're finally getting to it.
We're surrounded by
So
sweet trips and even sweeter
let's
businesses,
get to it,
like
number
you Simply
6.
Seasoned.
Now the lady says no, maybe everybody needs to come clean. Who's hiding what? Give me the answers.
If
Give me
the
the
truth does set
answers.
us
It's crazy that Jacob knows about the pepper spray and all this other stuff, and they can't press charges
free.
against
If
Christine.
you have to know what
And
it's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
doesn't she need to know what it's gonna be like?
even if Jacob got in trouble for it, like, he should come forward, even if it gets him in trouble, if that's what it takes in order to get these charges pressed. Again, they show Michael saying one thing and follow it right up with him saying something else. That's like, what's the truth, Michael? What's the the truth? Do you even know the truth anymore? I don't
I'm gonna
think
spray you in the
you
face
do.
with it.
I talk. I don't want to go down this road.
So now he's
Christine is the
saying
one
that she
told
made
me
up
to
all these
tell them
things
that I
when in
wanted
the
her to
deposition
die
he
is
says
what I
that's what
wanted
he
to
thought too.
poison Christine, that I wanted to just tell you
Michael's
guys,
never
what's
really
that
looked
story?
good in any of these documentaries, but he's really not looking good
Yeah,
right now.
I was.
And Cynthia Mann again
I
is
was
saying
lying
that
all the
they didn't
time,
have
stealing
issues
all
like
the
that.
time.
So
I
the lawyer that's
cussed.
saying she's like
I
that with
probably
every
did
single
say some sexual
family.
stuff that I should not have. They probably.
See, the lady who thinks that she was passed around for nefarious reasons, I was saying that in the first documentary. So, yep. I just, you know. All right, I think that's really cool of Natalia to forgive him. I think that's really huge for moving forward.
Look at me.
Good for her. Good job,
I
Natalia.
forgive you.
Aw. Aw. Okay, so the adoption is happening. I really hope it goes okay.
Let's go do this, baby. Let's do this.
Aww, this is such a big deal. I'm happy for her. She is like the happiest.
This is a matter of the adoption of
She definitely
Natalia Grace
deserves to be adopted by somebody who actually loves her.
Natalia, can you raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. You may be seated. As her parents.
Oh, they're all happy crying. Oh, yay. It's been a really long 10, 11 years. I really hope that she can do everything that she wants. Like, get her age changed back, first of all. Like, if you're 19 and you're legally 33, like, that affects your health insurance. That affects so much. What?
I feel like she's an enemy in the house. If she raised us, we have held her hostage. Made us look like we're the enemy. Natalia stabbing her family in the back over a complete lie. She's done other things too, but this was a new low. Natalia does not have emotions for nothing but herself. We're done. Yeah. We're done with her.
So now they're going to leave it on another cliffhanger. And what does he mean Natalia's tweaking? Does he actually mean that, like, she's on drugs or something? And how can you have said nothing bad about her for years and years and years, and then now you're going to be like, oh, but there's other stuff too? But all right, so that is the end of the 6 episodes. And now we're left with the same cliffhanger as the first one. Is Natalia really evil? But I need to know more, so I'm hopping onto the internet to see what I can see, even though it's never much and I don't know what I'm doing.